Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome. Today, we are here to talk about masculine and feminine energy and my personal experience, and maybe this will help you too. So, where shall I start to speak about this? Um, Many women have been made feel afraid to be in their feminine energy. This is because the feminine energy, it's an energy that is very centered and is at peace with its own masculine energy. We need to understand that each one of us have masculine energy and feminine energy within their bodies. We have masculine expression and feminine expression. Whoever is not at peace with these two sides of the self end up in trouble, end up having spiritual crisis or identity crisis. They find themselves having a lot of inner conflict, and they end up externalizing a hate or a fear towards a gender, man or female, or they want to escape or run away from one of the two gender, or they hate men or they hate women, or they hate the feminine part of themselves and the masculine part of themselves, or they reject any masculine side and feminine side of themselves. Anyway, that is an all other story. People end up, wanting to change body, change appearance, and they're convinced that that will fix them. Unfortunately, it's not like that. It's an inner trouble, and appearance and labels, cutting out breasts and things won't help. It's more about finding inner acceptance of themselves. But anyway, this is another topic. So as women, we were made feel threatened and afraid to be in our feminine because society, and at least I speak for myself with a dysfunctional family, I was pushed to be in my masculine. So I would have to make things happen, and my success and my worth come from my success and my money. So for a long time, I was made to believe that I was nothing if I didn't achieve success and money. So, and that was the only thing that was worrying in the head of my parents. My mental health and my health was never a point of concern. The only concern is money. So for a long time, I wanted to prove a point to them. I wanted to prove a point that, I was able to make money and I was able to be successful, not following their way because their way was toxic according to me. But I didn't realize that this put me in another toxic pattern of being hyper independent and not relying on anybody and seeking validations and seeking approval, seeking success, basically. So I realized how much afraid I was to be in my family, to be laid back, to focus on my well-being, to focus on how I wanted to live my life. My vision of success wasn't my vision. It was an imposed or forced vision. This created a lot of burns out because I was trying to fit into something that I was not fitting in. I was trying to meet people's expectation. Often I had like people pleasing tendency, and I was trying to, do what everyone else was doing, or even if I was doing it in my own way, because I've always been very artistic. So I did modeling, I did photo shooting, I was like self-employed, and I used to do many things from like massages or spiritual coaching or yeah, I was always really creative, so I was always trying my way to do things, but it was still, I didn't realize that they were still forced. It was still imposed, those things. So with time, I started to heal this feminine side of mine, this ability of relaxing and spending daily amount of time on truly nurturing myself mentally, energetically, and physically. Meditation, yoga, breathing, really focusing on what the heck was going on. And those side of us, the masculine and the feminine, are meant to coexist, and they are meant to dance together like the perfect couple. We are meant to be able to tap in with our feminine and tap in our masculine, able to express our feminine side and stay in our feminine side, and us to express our masculine side and stay in our masculine side. So this marriage, it's like the kundalini with the two serpent, with the third line. There is a line in the middle, that because it's the Trinity, it's Mother, Father, and Spirit. And we in our society, as we all know, with the patriarchal, we all have been pushed in our masculine. So even men have been pushed only in their masculine. And this created an unbalanced energy in everybody of us, in everybody. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a female. We both have those energy within us, and we both are meant to use them all. When people speak about twin flame, and I met a lot of people that are obsessed with twin flame and the soulmate, etc. Well, you will never find your twin flame until you don't create the perfect couple within you, between your masculine and your feminine energy. When you create the perfect couple within you, then probably you will be able to manifest your divine counterpart. But until you're not able to enter this inner union, and this inner union, I find it's very personal. It has a specific formula for each one of us. It's not the same for everybody. That's why a lot of influencers or spiritual guru, they are a little bit deceiving, because they are telling you their way. They are telling you, this is what I did, this is what works for me. But they don't tell you that what works for them, it might not be working for you. Because this is another thing that, unfortunately, in the spiritual community, there's a lot of toxicity, is those people that feel entitled to tell you that this is the way that they found and that is the way. It's absolutely deceiving, and it's not true, and lead people to follow them to feel something is wrong with them because they're doing exactly what these people are saying and nothing is happening. That is because their formula is not your formula. It's like people who speaks about being like vegan is the only way to be spiritual. It doesn't work like that. Or people that say Jesus is the only way, doesn't really work like that. We have a lot of tools, and we have this duality. We have those polarity. Those polarity are the metaphor. Like we can see those polarity in everything. We see hot and cold, up and down, in, out, love and hate. We have extremities, right? We have polar opposite things, masculine and feminine, heaven and earth, every demon and angel, everything, God and evil, everything. There is an extreme, right? We are the only people, we are the race that it's able to unite the two sides of the spectrum. In the infinite symbol, it's because we are able to grab one polarity and the other polarity and use them both by uniting them in the middle. So it's not by being vegan or only carnivore, but there is a healthy balance. It's not only about Jesus. There are other masters that perhaps could help you. It's not about my way is the way. It's not about this is bad for everybody and this is wrong, good for everybody. Something that is good for me might not be good for you. Something that resonates with me might not resonate with you. Something that I needed to learn in this lifetime might be something that you learned already, and you were supposed to learn another things in this lifetime. That's why we have to understand that most of the answers come from within, and most of your inner union looks very different from other people. But anyway, your masculine energy is generally the energy of structure, of doing, of going out of your comfort zone, of haunting, of providing, of protecting, of observation. The feminine, it's a very passive energy. It's an energy that attracts, not, as we all know, the man gives, even in the sexual intercourse, man gives and woman receives. So the masculine energy is the one that puts idea out to the world, that puts thought out in the world, and then they melt with the ether, right? And the female is the one that receives. Our pineal gland, it's a constant emitting frequencies and receiving frequencies. So we have both this power within us. The woman and female energy is able to attract and magnetize. She is the prize. The things have to go to her. And the masculine energy is more a go and get it. So in our body as well, all our chakra system, on the back we have our masculine expression of the chakras, and in the front we have the female expression of the chakra. Every chakra has a yin portal and a yang portal. Every chakra is able to radiate and receive informations. So in the front part of our body we have this more receiving energy, and on the back we have more of a radiating energy. Anyway, it's your shadow and your light aspects of you. So in this society that, oh my god, I have got massive bees from out of my window. So we we are meant to find our own magical marriage between actions and rest, between giving and receiving. A lot of people struggle with receiving, a lot of people struggle with giving, a lot of people are overly in their feminine, and other people are overly in their masculine. And when there is this conflict, this inner conflict, when we're not able to follow the flow, we create all sorts of things. We create diseases in the body, and we create resistance towards certain things. Maybe resistance towards our feminine energy, resistance towards our masculine energy. So we can create this scattered, like, way of being that we're not able to follow the flow. Either we are chasing, or either we are hiding, either we are suppressing, uh, because a lot of us that dealt with this kind of conditioning that created some traumas in our way of being. So our masculine side perhaps was shamed, or our feminine side was shamed. We were pushed to be in a certain way, right? Our parents praised some side of ourselves, and dismissed and repressed the other side of ourselves. Maybe we were too loud or too calm, or like too active or too inactive, or we were told that we were too slow, or we were told a lot of things. We were told like all sort of stuff, like each one of us. We were told that you were not creative, you're not talented, or whatever. And we then created wounds, right, in our masculine energy and in our feminine energy. So when we were young, instead, when we were children, we were whole, and we were happy in the now moment constantly. The feminine side was receiving the vision, and the masculine take the action to get to the vision, to manifest the vision. So when we were little, we would receive a vision, a need. We would feel the need of singing, the need of playing hide and seek, or playing, that I am a superhero, I have superpower, or playing family game, dad and mom. And we would receive this, we would receive this input, this feeling, this sensation, and then the masculine would do it without needing the validation, without fearing to being ridiculous, without repressing that feeling. Oh, we cannot do that because that is not appropriate, or no, we cannot do that because we were just executing. So we would receive an idea through our feminine channel, and then we would express it through our masculine channel. And the masculine would jump around and dance or sing or fake to have superpower. But for us, it was real, and we were literally channeling something and expressing it. So we were free. We were free. We were not wounded. And instead, many of us now are in their wounded masculinity, where they're not able to take actions, and they fear to go out of their comfort zone, and they over mentalize the why. They create a thing in their head like, I cannot do this because I'm not ready, or I cannot do this otherwise, and they just make up stuff, and so they're not able to take actions. Or people who are in the opposite side, that are too much in their feminine, they constantly hide, they constantly receive a lot of vision, but they don't actually do the action that will get them there. and they fear the action that will get them there. They struggle to go out of their comfort zone. Instead, for who has been too much in their masculine, they tend to always chase and fight and do a lot of action. They drain completely their life force energy, and they just do without a vision. They might end up repeating the same thing over and over and then getting frustrated because they don't receive the expectation that they had. But when we are in a divine couple within ourselves, we are dating our female side and we are dating our masculine side. So the female side of us, it's helping our masculine to say, trust that the small action that you're taking are enough. Trust that these new things that you are doing are enough. Trust that by going out of your comfort zone and trying different things and not being afraid of expressing yourself, and release what people think, release expectation, just do it for the sake of doing it, like when we were kids and we were playing that you have superpower. And the masculine would help the feminine to be like, okay, relax, rest, take the time to receive, trust that everything will come in divine timing. And when we are in our feminine, is there that our psychic gifts opens up. Because when we are constantly doing, there is no space in our life to receive something. Because everything is already planned out. Your routine, what you have to do, this and that. Instead is when we detach and we enter the unknown, long period of stillness, almost boredom, flat, like flat. We just stay there and we just breathe. That is when we allowed things to come in, new ideas to come in. We allow our antenna to work and receive during dream state, during stretching or yoga session by ourselves, when we sit down and we turn on a candle and we put some music and we just massage our body, we touch ourselves, we breathe, and we just open our heart, right? So we open and we center on the feeling, this feeling of being supported by the universe, and you can just relax and lie down and allow things to come to you. Support. Energies. I think this video is going too long, but let me cut it short. Energies are constantly around us, and the universe is in constant interaction with our own energy. So if our own energy is constantly putting things out, so thought, ideas, action, we constantly, our focus goes like this, right? Goes like this thing, that thing, the parents, the bills, my family, my job. I have to go around my body. It's constantly these energies that goes out, right? And I think we have to become more at peace with receiving. And in order to receive, we have to stay in a space in which the energy is not focused on anything, but the focus stays open like our heart, basically. So we close our eyes and we can do it now if you want. Take a deep breath in with me. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold it in. And while you're holding it, feel this openness. Feel your focus that dissolves. it goes in everything, therefore nothing. It's like when you are looking at something, instead of looking directly at one thing, you kind of develop your peripheral vision. It's like you are looking at the whole thing. So you are opening. So you are opening your awareness, your heart, and you just listen to your breath. You can release, by the way, if you are still holding it. And we just stay in the now. There is nothing. We are not expecting anything. We're just happy to be here and to be breathing. We are grateful and we are open. And the more time we manage to stay in this energy, the more things will arrive. And then when things arrive after, our masculine can do something with the vision that we receive. So balancing the masculine and the feminine, it's actually healing them both, because both of them have been criticized, both of them have been repressed, judged, shamed, suppressed, like our sensuality. So many things have been judged. The female energy was called lazy. It was, you have to be active all the time. Rest was shamed. Saying no was shamed. Putting boundaries was shamed. Being selfish was shamed. So there are a lot of things that need healing, right? And when we manage to balance those two sides of ourselves, we enter a very, very profound state, a state of like we are in control totally by not being in control. We are in control without the needing of control. I hope that this helped. Namaste.